When you close your eyes, you find yourself in a completely different world. Dreams are scenes played out in the depths of our minds, often beyond logic. However, some nights these scenes bring not peace, but fear. Those unsettling images that burn inside you and make you jump out of your bed. Nightmares. So why does our brain set up a fear-filled theater scene when we most need rest? Why does our mind reveal its dark side in the silence of the night? And more importantly, what are the nightmares trying to tell us? Humanity has been searching for the answers to these questions for thousands of years. In ancient times, nightmares were interpreted as messages from the gods, the hauntings of demonic beings, or prophecies. In medieval Europe, there was talk of a dark creature pressing on your chest, known as the Karabasan or incubus. Today, however, science tells us different things. Nightmares carry much deeper clues about the functioning of our brain, our psychology, and our subconscious. But still, not all questions are answered. Perhaps nightmares are one of the greatest unresolved mysteries of the human mind. From a scientific perspective, nightmares usually occur during the REM phase of sleep. This phase is when our brain is most active. It's like a laboratory where the events we experience during the day are reenacted. So what happens in this laboratory? Daily stresses, repressed fears, and emotions we hide in our subconscious are processed here. However, the processing can sometimes be so intense and complex that it results in fear-filled dreams. For example, anxiety experienced at work may manifest in your sleep as a giant monster chasing you. Real-life fears transform into symbols. The amygdala, one of the brain's fear centers, is a critical actor in nightmares. Research shows that the amygdala is extraordinarily active during a nightmare. This is also the cause of physical reactions like heart palpitations, sweating, and shortness of breath. So, a nightmare is not just a mental experience. Your body also participates in this fear with all its strength. Interestingly, even though our brain knows there is no danger during sleep, it cannot convey this signal to the body. So, what might this tell us? Perhaps nightmares are an internal alarm mechanism we developed through evolution to keep us alive. Now imagine, our ancestors lived in dark forests tens of thousands of years ago. Night meant danger filled with unknowns. An attack by a lion, a snake, or an invisible enemy. These possibilities required being constantly on alert to survive. Some scientists think that nightmares are a remnant of this period. So, our brain might still be rehearsing potential threats. Perhaps having nightmares is an internal training telling us to be prepared. Don't you think so too? However, seeing nightmares only as an evolutionary mechanism would be incomplete. Because in human cultures, nightmares have gained very different meanings. In Turkish culture, the belief in Karabasan is described as a dark entity that presses on people's chests during sleep. In Europe, there are the myths of incubus and succubus. In fact, today we explain this experience as sleep paralysis. The brain wakes up, but the body cannot move. The person experiences this paralysis as if there is an invisible entity pressing down on them. Even though the scientific explanation is clear, the reality of the fear experienced at that moment cannot be denied. So why does the human mind so easily cling to supernatural explanations? Perhaps this was the oldest way to explain the unknown. Biological factors also play a significant role in the formation of nightmares. Eating heavy meals before sleeping, consuming alcohol, or having irregular sleep can trigger nightmares. Fever dreams experienced during a fever are so intense that some people never forget this experience for a lifetime. At this point, the question to ask is a nightmare merely a mental process, or is it also a warning from our body? One of the most striking aspects of nightmares is their repetition. Seeing the same scene repeatedly, like constantly falling, being chased, or being trapped in a room. These recurring scenarios are actually signs of unresolved issues in our subconscious. Psychotherapists see nightmares as a kind of message at this point. For example, teeth falling out is often associated with a sense of loss of control and weakness. Being chased symbolizes repressed fears pursuing you. So, is it possible to decipher these symbols and understand what our mind is telling us? Perhaps the language of nightmares is a subconscious map waiting to be decoded. Another important point is traumatic nightmares. People who have experienced severe traumas, such as war, accidents, or violence, have nightmares that are much more intense and recurring. This is part of post-traumatic stress disorder. Actually, because the brain cannot process the trauma, it stages it repeatedly every night. At this point, nightmares become not just an individual experience, but also a psychological scar. But do nightmares only carry fear? Or do they also contain a possibility of healing? Scientists recommend the lucid dream method in dream therapy. In this technique, the person becomes aware that they are dreaming and can change the course of the nightmare. For example, stopping to challenge the monster while being chased, or opening wings to fly while falling off a cliff. This method not only alleviates nightmares, but also helps the person gain confidence in real life. After all, nightmares are not just the dark side of the night, but also a door opening to the depths of the human mind. They scare us, yes, but at the same time they confront us with ourselves. Perhaps the real code hidden behind nightmares is this: when we face our fears, we can overcome even the greatest darkness within us. Nightmares are the dark theater of the human mind. They are the stage of both fear and curiosity. Sometimes they wake us up, sometimes they reveal the secrets we keep inside. Perhaps the real issue is not to escape from nightmares, but to understand them. Because behind every nightmare, there is a message, a warning, a code hidden. So can you dare to understand the dreams you saw tonight?